Well, they say football's only a game, but you should try telling this lot. Without a doubt, it is the week's most eagerly awaited contest. A sporting event which has magnificent scenery as its backdrop. It is tribal, and it has aroused the most primal of instincts in so many of us. And we are glad to have you alongside us for it. And the mood is boisterous. It is a perfect ambience for the central characters who are... Haaland! Denied by an instinctive save.
Haaland really must be thinking what he has to do to score there. Well, look, they know they've got a height advantage, and it's time for them to use it.
And now they can spring out of defence. A poorly directed kick from the keeper, he's given it away. Haaland! And he comes up trumps again.
Oh, that's a stunning save. I mean, his reflexes were incredible then. That's as good a save as you'll see.
Haaland tries a shot! Goal!
Well, talk about a real rude awakening. It's almost as if the defence saw nothing coming. They just didn't anticipate. On heels rather than toes. Well, there's always a chance of being caught like that when you surrender the football.
Indonesia are already chasing the game. They didn't envisage that. Llorente gets into some space. That has earned a reprieve for the time being. Now it's Drogba. Drogba powering forward here. Haaland. Havertz. De Bruyne. Well, that is good. Super running, sharp movement. Came up against a defender, though, who was ever so determined.
This is actually quite a courageous move, and I'll add, ambitious and adventurous too.
So just the one early goal to report so far, and the score is 1-0. And it's Drogba. Havertz, someone who can always claim to be the most immaculate finisher.
We're seeing some really good pressure being applied here, Peter, particularly from those guys up front.
Yeah, and it just, I suppose, Jim, denies the others time and space.
Well, I would call it blanket suffocation. Every single player is committed to the press, and there's simply no way out.
Ruben Neves. And that's the end of that. It all started well enough. Van Dijk has given away a free kick. He knew what was coming. That's a yellow card.
Yeah, it would seem a little too far out, and this will probably be a dink far post.
Decent hit from there. Llorente. No, that's been intercepted. Rafinha. Some good work on the right flank here. Now it's Drogba. De Bruyne. Pinches it off him. Messi. De Bruyne. Well seen. Saw that coming.
That's great positioning. So good from him.
Ruben Neves. It's Pedri. Now it's Mbappe. A slightly better ball would have led to a very different outcome there.
Quality deserted them when they really needed it.
Engages and forces him off the ball. Yamal. Havertz. Drogba receives it in a good position here. Pedri. Llorente. Mbappe. No messing about, just bludgeoned away. De Bruyne. Dixon. Now it's Haaland. Now it's Drogba. It's Bellingham. And here's Haaland. And it's De Bruyne. Now it's Havertz. 1-0 here just before the break, and it looks as though it's going to stay that way for now. Messi. Into the final 5 minutes of the first half. Havertz. And it's Petit. No, he's just misjudged that one. Well, the idea was a good one. The execution of it, not quite so.
He made it look a bit predictable.
Van Dijk spots it and intercepts.
Ci sarà un minuto di recupero.
Drogba. Goalkeeper's ball. And that'll be the final action of the first half. So there we are, half-time. Both teams head into their respective dressing room, and while there was a genuine flow about the game, most importantly, there has been just one telling moment. It is still very tight here. The game still up for grabs. And the half-time score, 1-0.
There's plenty of positives to take despite the lead being so small, Peter. I think playing well, good energy. A little more composure up front, perhaps. That's not too much to ask.
Leading a cagey game here. It's had its moments, and it's 1-0 at the break. And we're already back up and running after half-time. A solitary goal. That has been the crucial difference. Hernandez kept his eye on it, and he's there. Messi. Now it's Mbappe, and he's onside.
That was expansive and incisive, the type of move to please any coach.
Well, the defence just about came out on top, but they were certainly tested. Now it's Rafinha. Yeah, he's fouled him there. There could be trouble here, but for now the referee is keeping his cards in his pocket. De Bruyne. Messi. Still just a single goal between the sides. Oh, now here's an interesting matchup. Havertz. And he's picked out the run. And they're not going to make any further progress now. And here's Drogba. Well, that defending is unapologetically persistent. It's almost personal, and it had to be. Rafinha, and it's Messi. Messi will not want to lose out here, not against this opponent. Petit with a definite foul there, and that's going to be a booking. That was a brilliant save.
Ruben Neves clearly thought he had the beating of the keeper.
L'affluenza di quest'oggi è di 80.113 spettatori.
That looks a cracking ball. And here's Messi. So, Jim, what are you thinking?
Well, Peter, if they're attempting to see out the game with such a narrow advantage, there's room for trouble. I just think they're sending out the wrong message. This could backfire.
And here's Mbappe. Yamal going face-to-face with his great rival. Mbappe! And he was alert to it.
Indonesia are definitely going about this the right way.
Well, they're looking a whole lot more urgent now.
A lucky break would certainly help their cause now.
Havertz. Haaland looking to add to his goal. Still no way through. The defending here is resolute. Yamal. Oh, super find. Pedri. He's found a way through. That is a brilliant interception. It's a pretty loose pass. Ruben Neves, the man with the tools to make a difference here. Now it's Bellingham. And here's Haaland. Now it's Havertz. Shapes to shoot! Havertz, this time surely!
This is a show of real intent to add another goal to their lead. No hesitation whatsoever. It's a decent chance to counter-attack.
Delicate ball, and it needs to be. Now it's Haaland. Shot a goal! He scored! 2 up and threatening to pull clear.
Well, I think there's a few trying to claim offside, but he looks to have been on. Yeah, he was on.
Time then for the first substitution of the game.
I think you have to admire his willingness to keep plugging away, but the manager has done him a big favour, I think, by taking him off. You know, he was looking very, very leggy.
So that's 2 now without reply.
Well, I think it's just the reward for their application. They've played with great courage to try and kill this off, and for me, it looks like they've just about done it.
Now it's Haaland. Havertz. And here's Haaland. Messi. Gets a good foot in there. And here's Drogba. Oh, it's a sweet ball, that. And that was very necessary. Pedri. That's been intercepted.
That was well played, well stopped.
And it's Petit. Ruben Neves was in no mood for any of that. Now it's Havertz. And here's Haaland. Now it's Havertz. Oh, what a climb! Llorente with the clearance. Added time is up, and there goes the whistle. Well, don't you just love it when a plan comes together? Victory never in doubt in the mind of the mastermind in all of this.